two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. For the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The tackle by Robert Quinn.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now a quick throw as they get it to Ayuk outside. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. Now left side on the swing pass. Gets through, and now an opening. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. Mostert, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield. Second and 13. steps away to his left.
That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, it should open up his running game too. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. But it's going to be second down. Get the connection there. It's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Back to throw here.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Right there, 54, right there, right there.
And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 37. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. A first carry now. This is Williams. And a nice little start as he's able to get this up to the 28. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Someone's looking fresh, and his own line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
35 to Mike. Here we go. Here we go. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
They'll run it with Williams. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they'll work make it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
This is caught.
And the Bears are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
We're scoreless after one.
Quarter with no score.
Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's first and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game, how about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now Seth nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now Williams. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
It's second and inches.
To him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So on 4th down, Cairo Santos on now for the Bears field goal.
This just a 24-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this?
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Robert Quinn. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
second and long. Buying time to his left.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, it got his man. Complete. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 81 yards. And the 49ers are back within a score. And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they just went 4 verts there against cover 2, didn't they?
They did, and it's really an excellent route versus cover 2 because the longer it develops, the more stress is put on the safeties because they're the ones back, each with half the field responsibilities. The corners don't retreat very far in cover 2. They're closer to the line of scrimmage, so now you've got 4 receivers putting pressure on 2 guys covering. Usually you'll find someone open, and that's exactly what they did there. Made the catch and carried it all the way into the end zone.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kwan Williams. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Khalil Mack, his second sack of the night.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
Right there. 54, Mike. It's our time.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And they've got the football, and they're already knocking on the door inside the 5 at the 4-yard line.
4-yard line.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
They'll run with Mostert.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the 49ers have now taken the lead.
Lining up for the point after.
CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, it held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Takes this about 5 yards deep, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now he'll pull it down. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
4 receivers in the formation here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 3. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach him. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
And 11 at the 43-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Julio Jones, 57 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game.
Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
They're on 25-yard line.
I don't want to see what's served, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, those are jalapenos. Barbados with the hustle, pockets LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I want to see. Oceanfront residences.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
2nd and 6. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a man open down the middle of the field and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Check, check. 54, right there, right there. 54, Mike. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Back to throw again. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Monte Nicholson picks it. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Here's Mostert, toss left side. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Once again, it's Mostert.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Forced out to his left.
Open man is Ayuk, complete.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And they'll get him down right about the 20. Ball carrier. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 13-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
And they'll let the fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. This is Mostert. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
The 6-yard line.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
3rd down.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Great job of tackling there to prevent the first down.
One of the toughest skills in football, open field tackling. A lot of times one-on-one against a shifty receiver. He got it done in a nice way that time.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Robbie Gould on for the field goal. A 21-yard attempt.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go, and that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
5-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quan Williams. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Gould able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly.
Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Damian Williams. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bears cut into that lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now first downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. He finds an opening past the 40. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
He was brought down.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
And the 49er first down.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You ain't going nowhere. Mike 55, Mike 55. Eat.
Here's Mostert. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
Brings up 3rd down.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Julio Jones. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
38. Bears 17.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And there is a lot of shock in the stadium. The top seed, the favorites, really getting handled thus far in this divisional round and getting close to a disappointing one-and-done scenario in these playoffs. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1. At the 32.
He'll drop this down to Williams. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll move the chains.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't